Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, boys and girls, depending on where you are around the freaking world. And yes, we are back again with another freaking video. Come on. And this one is titled The Worst Parents of My £600 Life. And one thing that I want to say, boys and girls, is that I'm definitely going to be looking to add some other different kind of reactions on this video, on this channel. Not necessarily, just try and get away from just weight related stuff and maybe go into, I don't know, maybe some horror stories kind of reactions if we're lucky, do you know what I mean? Or maybe some true crime, you know what I mean? We'll see what's what, or even some TV reviews, but we shall wait and see, you know what I mean? But if you got any other suggestions of things you'd like me to review on this channel, okay, that is obviously away from the weight side of things, let me know in the comment section, or you can DM me links as well, because that would be great. To be a DM links is actually even better, to be fair, you know what I mean? But with that being said, we're nearly on the road. We're nearly at 9k subscribers, so please subscribe if you're new to the channel. As of recently, I've been having more subscribers viewing, which is fantastic, which means more people are subscribing. So thank you so much for you, to you boys and girls. But without no further ado, let's not waste any more time, and let's play the damn thing. Come on, okay.
I am very aware of the damage I am doing to my son through overeating. These last 6 years have probably been pretty miserable for him.
She's aware.
Well, all patients on My 600-Pound Life suffer the consequences of their weight. Pretty often, their families end up suffering some terrible consequences of their own. Most of them don't mean to be bad parents, but it's hard to be a good one when you're forcing your kids to wait on you while refusing to make changes to actually be a parent to them. I feel kinda bad making this video, but here are a few My 600-Pound Life guests that were terrible parents. Before we get started though, leave a comment down below, letting us know who your favorite My 600-Pound Life guest is. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, that way you enter into our monthly shoutout giveaway. 40-year-old Bethany starts out her episode by saying that despite her weight and health issues, she just can't sit down and do anything because she's a mom of 2 kids. But in the very next shot, we see her kind of sitting down and doing nothing, getting her 10-year-old daughter Zoe to help dress her. She also relies on her 18-year-old Isabella to be essentially the mother in the family around the clock. Isabella,
So like, I can't even get my words out. Like, so what's a kid supposed to do? Like, I mean, this 18-year-old, she not allowed to have a partner? Is she not allowed to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend? Like, what's going on here? And the little one, what, is she not allowed to go outside and play with her friends? She's not allowed to have a console or something, or have some dolls? Come on, this is ridiculous.
cooks, cleans, shops, and takes care of Zoe. And despite doing basically everything, she says that she'll do anything for her mom because she loves her. Bethany admits herself that she doesn't feel like a contributing member of the family, and unfortunately, she doesn't do much to change her issues by the end of the episode.
It's crazy because we can't even necessarily blame the children themselves for actually helping the mom, because their kids, what do they know? They only know what they're being taught by their mother. You know what I mean? If their mother's raised them to look after her, then that's what they're gonna know. You know what I mean? Or we can only hope that when they're outside of school, maybe there's someone out there who can kind of give them an insight to say, listen, you shouldn't really be doing this because you're only helping your mom get to this stage. And if it's a case where your mom's not listening and she's telling you off for not serving her, then maybe you might want to look into getting your own accommodation, whether that's by the council, you know what I mean, or the county state, depending on where you are, you know what I mean? Like, because this right here, it ain't cool, you know what I mean? It ain't cool at all, man.
I do all the cleaning, and I make sure Zoe's fed and bathed. I make sure that we have groceries in the house, but I love my mom, and I will do anything for her, no matter what. What do you want for breakfast?
I'm gonna start with like a honey bun and a muffin, and then if you'll make me like some scrambled eggs and some toast. Okay. Isabella?
Yeah?
I want to have something to eat while you're making.
I want this. I'm gonna have this, but if you can also make me this as well.
breakfast.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
Penny's son Liam loves her dearly, but at over 500 pounds, she can only parent him from bed. That means never attending his school functions or taekwondo practice. But what's even sadder is when her sister points out that Liam might have to see his mother dead before he turns 10 years old. Penny claims she wants to lose weight because Liam deserves a full-time mother, but by 10 months into the weight loss program, she's still too immobile to even attend Liam's kindergarten graduation. Just think about that for a second. Imagine if your mother could not come to your kindergarten graduation because she was too overweight and didn't make the efforts to lose the weight. Moving on.
4 years. I mean, kindergarten. Listen,
Penny later changes her tune of wanting to be a better mom by claiming that she's done more with Liam than mothers who have to go out in the workplace do, and makes an empty-sounding promise that she'll be at his next event. In the end, when Penny went back to Maryland, she excuses her lack of progress again by saying she doesn't have to be an ideal weight because Liam has seen what she'll do for him and that he's supposedly proud of her.
Liam loves her so much, and I thought having him would change everything, but it hasn't. It's gotten worse.
What can we say besides goodbye?
Child services, where you at? Child services, where you at? Come on. This has been exposed on TV. They should be around the house right now. This boy, he needs to be taken away from this cruel woman. You know what I mean? He needs a better role model in his life. A better childhood, an actual childhood. Come on, man. Don't waste my I need to stop kissing my teeth, legit.
I don't
I'm
ever
doing it way
have to
too
be
much.
an ideal weight in Liam's eyes because he's seen what I'm willing to do for him. And
What's that?
he's proud
Eat.
of me.
He's a kid.
50-year-old Pauline is bordering on immobile and needs help with just about everything, and her niece comes over a few times a week to help her in the bathroom. But her full-time caretaker and the real victim of her episode is her 21-year-old son, Dylan. As Pauline's only child, he's been taking care of her basically his whole life and does everything from cooking to grocery shopping to hauling her into the van and driving her down to Houston. Dylan says he loves his mother, but that he can't wait for the day that he doesn't have to help her every day and can get on with his own life. Pauline is very aware of the damage, admitting that the last 6 years must have been miserable for him, and that she could possibly ruin her son's life if she doesn't get hers under control. It's pretty heartbreaking to get to the end of her episode and to see Dylan still trailing along by her wheelchair and looking downright miserable.
Hey, Dill, go grab some breakfast with me. I totally feel like he's the parent and I'm the kid.
I love my mom, but since she's this heavy, whatever I'm doing, I have to stop and just take care of her and help her.
I am very aware of the damage I am doing to my son through overeating. These last 6 years have probably been pretty miserable for him.
You don't care. If you did, you'd do something
Ashley's
about
weight
it.
has reduced her mobility so much that she gets her 5-year-old son Patrick to do just about everything. With her truck driver husband gone most of the week, every household chore falls on him, including laundry and even bringing her food, essentially replacing his childhood with basically being his mother's servant. Ashley also admits that she's scared he's learning a lot of her eating habits, which is pretty concerning with parents and kids on the show. Now, I will give Ashley some credit, as she definitely isn't the worst offender on this list. Plus, in the end, she does make an effort to lose some serious weight and starts being a better mother to Patrick.
I just can't do it on my own.
It's hard for her to walk, so I do the stuff that she wants me to do every day. Yeah, there's none.
Will you put them in the dryer, pretty please?
Mm-hmm.
Our food is most...
Wait, what if it got stuck in there? What's this? Come on.
what Pat can microwave are carrying here for me to prepare. And it scares me that he's learning a lot of his eating habits from me.
It scares you. I mean, she improved herself. I give her credit where credit's due, but come on.
New things each day to work through how I feel instead of avoiding it until I get overwhelmed. Without him, I'd be lost.
Without him, what do you mean you'd be lost? What about him? He's lost. He doesn't even know how to be a child. When he spoke, he sounded like a fully grown man. It's all about you,
James
isn't
K
it?
has been bedbound for 3 years and depends on his enabling girlfriend Elisa and his daughter Bailey to help him with everything. He's developed cellulitis on both legs, which causes a lot of yelling at his helpers due to the pain when they're trying to wash or move him. Not really a pleasant situation for anyone. James admits that he can tell that it bothers Bailey a lot from the way she looks at him. Bailey even says her mom pulled her out of school to help out, which must have sucked. She feels that a father should be the one taking care of his daughter, but she accepts the caregiver role because she's not just going to let her dad die. To make things worse, she's miserable knowing that he's gotten even worse and that she's going to be helpless to do anything about it.
Just nasty.
I'm out of school because I have to help my dad. My dad's gotten worse, and I'm worried. He's close to losing it all. He basically already has.
I can tell that it bothers Bailey a lot by the way she looks at me.
I don't feel like that I should have to be a caretaker to my dad because a father is supposed to protect and take care of his daughter.
Just in case.
But it's my dad, and I'm not gonna let him just lay there.
After having her oldest son with husband Elroy,
Hold on. So this is number one. So number one's gonna be worse than number two. That number two there was.
She was already pushing 500 pounds, and instead of getting her weight under control like any other normal person would, they still opted for adoption, dooming their new kids to a life of caregiving. Due to her severe lymphedema, Mila hasn't stood up for
what what agency would do this? Why would they give a child or children to someone like this? You're moving mad. This is just dumb.
Years, and her husband's health issues prevent him from helping her. So the three middle kids, 15-year-olds Hannah and Caleb and 16-year-old Jacob, have to get up before sunrise every morning to help clean her whole body. Hannah admits that she's depressed and mentions that they don't always want to get their mom some of the stuff she's requesting from the grocery store, but she'll get mad if they don't, and they feel
ring social services then. I mean, listen, she's a kid, so I really can't shout at her, but you know, just ring, speak to someone. Like, listen, I don't know if there's any teenage girls here, teenage boys here, or anyone obviously, you know, a certain age, but listen, if you know that you're not being treated right at home, ring social services, you know what I'm saying? Ring the police, do something. Speak to a member of staff at your school. I don't know, but do something. Seek that help. Don't let your parents do this to you, because this is ridiculous.
For her, being confined to her bed. Eventually, we get to see how she acts when she doesn't get her—
You are born to be raised and loved by your parents. Okay, that's what you're born for, loved and to be raised amongst other things as well. But you're not born to be a caretaker to your parents during their prime years. You know what I mean? That's for like later on when there's like a nursing home kind of thing situation. Do you know what I mean? But this right here, now this is fully donut behavior.
Her way when she demands her son to pick up her food order. Here, just take a look at this. It's a little heartbreaking, and you gotta feel bad for the kid.
I'm depressed. Like, real depressed that she can't get out of bed.
She ever passed away?
I'll be ringing back. I'll be ringing the donation, the adoption agency. I'll be like, yo, I want to be unadopted. Like, take me back. I can't be doing this. And to make it worse, she's getting paid to have these children. She's getting paid to make them work. She is getting paid to make them work. Process that.
Take care of the kids. None of us wants to lose our parents, and it really hurts to know that they don't get the help they get. They will pass if y'all want to lose them.
Are you open?
No, ma'am, we're not yet.
What time you open?
We open at 10:30.
Oh, okay. Can I place an order for pickup?
Yes, ma'am.
Go and pick up my pizza right now.
I think I'll let you know.
No, right now. Go get the pizza right now.
Oh, okay. So she's got energy to pick up the phone, make a phone call, but she doesn't want to try and improve her health in any kind of form of way. She doesn't want to try and improve the life of her children. She's trying to damage. This has got me all the way turned up, but life goes up. We move. I don't know. Honestly, boys and girls, this is far from ridiculous. If you're a child and you're in a situation where your parents are not being a parent to you and they're doing what they're doing, please try and seek help. Don't be afraid, okay? Do what you gotta do, you know what I mean? Even if you're a young adult as well, seek help, try and do something. And obviously, if you are a relative or friend to someone that you know is abusing their children by getting them to do every single thing for them just for the benefit of their own, you know, a drug, whatever that drug is, that, you know, whether that addiction is food or it's something else, listen, speak to that child, try and get them to help. Obviously, you know, it's hard though. When you're an outside person, I know this, considering where in my profession, it's hard for me to be able to go to a child and say, listen, tell me, like, is there anything up you want? You know what I mean? Because it's a very touchy area to do, you know what I mean? And if you speak about it in the wrong way, the child might go back and report it to the parents, and then it might backfire on you. So I know it's not easy to speak to a child, you know, when you notice that something's not right. But like, yo, I mean, and this is the problem with the system, you know. I don't know about everywhere else, but in the UK, this is the biggest problem with the system. You know, we're not allowed to take real action against parents that we know are not treating their children right. You know what I mean? When they should be. So all I can really say is, we got to figure something out. You know what I mean? We got to figure something out, because this right here is just, and the trauma. Come on, man. I'll say less. Nonetheless, boys and girls, please give me your comments down below and obviously what you think. And obviously, like I said before, we're looking to switch up the channel with other stuff as well. So if you got other recommendations of other things you'd like me to react to that's maybe away from the weight side of things, you know, whether that's like a horror story, true crime, or I don't know, a little bit of comedy, whatever it is, DM me please, okay, with the links, okay, whether that be on Snapchat, Twitter, or Instagram, you know what I mean? that'll be very much grateful. But with that being said, boys and girls, thank you so much for your time, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Peace.